Welcome to the press conference. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. I'm a huge fan of the band. I mean, everybody at your label can tell you, like, you know, borderline fanboy. Love the live performance. You guys have all seen them live before, right? If anyone who's listening who hasn't seen this band live, these two guys put on enough show for like 17 guys. It's insane the amount of energy gets in the place. Anybody that's seen the Car Radio video is insane. It was filmed in your hometown, right?
Yeah.
And everybody just went ballistic.
Yeah, they listened to us when we told them,
yeah,
this is what we're going to do. And
but you do have some passionate fans. Where are the people that camped out in front of the iHeartRadio Theater? All right, so we had some people camping out.
You look tired.
Even, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
That's what happens. You sleep on the sidewalk in Burbank.
Yeah.
All right, so the way that these people got here is they submitted questions on our website. We all got together. We powwowed with some of your people, and we picked what we thought and your guys thought were the best questions. So these people got invited. So they get to ask their question live on the air.
Cool.
And then we're going to hear a couple songs. You guys want to hear a couple songs from the band, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now you're helping me host.
Yeah, no, I'm
okay.
I'm in.
So you're in on this.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to go. How about introduce question number one?
Yeah.
This is the guy right here.
All right, everyone. Thanks for being here.
That's good.
Here at the lounge. It's my first day, so I'm really nervous. But we're gonna go ahead and take some questions. And we've selected the question. So here's question number one.
That's a solid job. I think that was a good job.
Oh my god.
Pretty good.
How's it going? My name is Josh from Lancaster. My question is, do you guys remember the first time you ever met? What was it like? And also, do you think that you guys would be playing as best friends and playing sold out arenas anytime in the future?
Oh man, what was it like when we first met?
Okay, well, it's an interesting story.
It is an interesting story.
I was on eBay. And I was looking for new Matchbox cars.
Matchbox cars,
because
right.
I freaking love them.
Well, there's a lot of love that starts online, by the way.
Yeah.
So
That's true, especially eBay.
The truest
right.
of loves start online these
so
days.
he's selling like this prime mint condition NASCAR
NASCAR
Matchbox car
Matchbox
that I wanted. And so I put in a bid, and he said, "Hey, I'm really sorry."
You didn't even come close.
Yeah, that's not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But if we meet up at a Dairy Queen, I'll get you the Matchbox.
Yeah,
car.
that's what it was.
If you buy me Dairy Queen,
Those
he
were
wanted
the
Coney.
stipulations.
So yeah, I showed up, and what did you say when I got there?
And I was like, "Here's Matchbox car, but let's start a band instead." And so I threw the Matchbox car away, and we started a band. And most of these songs that we wrote were about that meeting at Dairy Queen. And so, what we love to do is every time we're asked how we met, we try to make something up on the spot.
All right.
Sounded believable.
Yeah. And then the other part of the question was,
did you guys think that you would be best friends and playing sold out arenas in the future?
I thought we would be best friends. But I did not know that we could... Wait, I said that backwards. I thought we would be playing sold-out arenas.
Dang it.
I'm kidding. No, there was... Honestly, the first time Josh and I ever hung out, it was a really cool experience where he came over to the house that I was renting with a couple other guys at the time, and I didn't really know him very well, and he hung out with me, and we were talking about music, and... We barely knew each other at all, but for some reason it was very easy for us to open up about what our dreams were as far as what we wanted to do and pursue. And in that moment, I knew, like, I want to play music with this guy. And so we were friends for about a year before we played together at all. And I think that that's important. And moving forward, we started, just being bros first. Is that can we say that? Is that...
Yeah, it's okay.
Is that okay?
It works.
You didn't bleep that out on the radio?
No, bros, at least for now, is okay. 5 years from now, it might not be politically correct.
Right.
Might be something else.
So that's that.
Thanks for your question, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thank you very much.
I think we're ready to go. Question
Thank you, Josh.
number 2. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Eliana from Manhattan Beach, and my question is, if you were to pick one song that defines 21 Pilots, what would it be?
Ooh.
Wow. What do you think, Josh?
It defines 21
Defines
Pilots.
us. Well, I think that it's tough. There's 3 different categories. There's my favorite song to play live, my favorite song to listen to, and then ultimately my favorite song. And my favorite song will always be the one that I'm currently writing. I'm always in the middle of an idea always in the middle of bouncing something off of Josh and working on something. Even in this moment where you have just released a record, and like there's still other things that we're like, hey, well, let's do this, or what if we did this and tried this out? And so we're never done, I don't think. And so that's always my favorite song, and you guys haven't heard it yet. It's not that great, but it'll get better.
So what's your favorite song to perform?
Favorite song to perform? It was for a while a song called Ode to Sleep off of the last record, Vessel, because it was the song we opened up with, and there was several years there where no one knew who we were at all, and yet we liked the idea of kind of coming out with this song first. And when I say no one knew who we are, when we would play live, people would just be like, who are these guys? You know, who do they think they are? So we thought that song would best like grab people's attention. So that one's my favorite song to play live now. But there's so many other good ones off the new record too that I'm excited about.
A lot of people that do music, they always say it's like trying to like, you know, pick between your children.
Mm-hmm.
You can't figure out which one. But I mean, I get it, because a lot of people ask, you know, us, well, how would you describe your radio show? And you're trying to think of like something, like one thing without listing a number of things that would really kind of paint the picture.
Yeah.
You know, if there's that one song that, all right, well, if you're going to listen to any of our songs to kind of get an idea who we are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm my mom's favorite kid, so I
you
know
don't have
what
that problem?
it's all about.
Yeah. All right, question number 3.
Hi guys, I'm Savannah from Riverside, and my question is, what is the most common misconception people have about you guys?
What do you think?
That we're cool.
Yeah. We always worried about trying to be cool. You know, when you're in elementary school and you look up to the middle schoolers and you're just like, oh my gosh, they scare me so much. And then when you're in middle school and you look up to high schoolers and you're just like, oh my gosh. And then you're in high school and you look at college kids and it's a whole other, oh my gosh. Like you're terrified of them. And Josh and I never graduated college, so we still have that high school mentality where we look at people who are nearing the college age and we think we're so not cool compared to them. And now we travel around and play college campuses, and Josh and I look at each other like, do you think they're gonna think we're cool this time?
And they beat us up.
Yeah, they're like,
Shove us in their
picture
lockers.
us going up on stage in front of a bunch of college kids, which we're a little older than college kids now, but we still are afraid of them, and we just have these like weird, gross like ideas of us going on stage and everyone being like, "Boo, you nerd," or something like that. So yeah, I guess the common misconception is that we're cool guys.
I think with bands in general, it takes a certain amount of ego and confidence to get up in front of God knows how many people and play music and really put yourself out there. Like, this is your music and you're going out and you're really being vulnerable in so many ways, right? So
yeah,
people might think that takes like a certain cockiness, and a certain cockiness then ends up being you know, like you're full of yourself, you're arrogant, or you think that you are these big rock stars that have conquered the world already.
We keep each other level-headed. Our families keep us level-headed, and also we're never completely comfortable on stage. I don't think we ever want to be. We want to kind of feel that attention of, are we good enough? Is this good enough? You almost have to fight to defeat that tension every night. So that's what we like about playing live music.
All right, question number 4. Who's next?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I'm Megan from Pasadena.
Hi, Megan.
And I didn't submit this question, and I know the answer. But for those who do not, the question is, who are the 2 old dudes on the cover of Vessel?
Those guys. Both of those guys on the album are our grandfathers, are both of our dads. And it was like really, the photo shoot part was really fun because we all like showed up with our dads and our grandfathers because they're, you know, kind of getting old and don't really know like where they are. So
Just traveling in an old pack.
I like would have went and picked up my grandpa, but I was like, I might need help. I don't know. He knows you better than me. But so and then we literally told him just like, you know, wear what you wear every day, and
they did.
And they did.
And it was perfect.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting too when we got signed to a label. You know, this is the first time incorporating kind of a partner or a relationship with a major label or something like that. And we kind of also wanted to test the waters of, how much creative control do we have here? And one of the first decisions we made was we want to put our grandpas on the cover of the record. And they said, yeah. And Josh and I looked at each other like, wow, they went for it. We're going to be good for the rest of our career, I think. So that was kind of a test the waters moment.
Yeah, and they're thinking like, man, that's the easiest request we've gotten from any of these bands.
Well,
that's easy.
At that point, we started writing some weirder songs after that. So we're pretty excited about it.
Well, because you got your friends that roll with you, right? I mean, it's all people from Ohio. And I just saw a video recently, that one of the new ones that you just released where you're on the adult big wheels going through the streets.
Yeah.
And you're back in your old houses and your childhood rooms and everything. So it seems like they're giving you a lot of freedom.
Yeah, no, they trust us because, I don't know, we like to be as honest and transparent about it. I mean, that music video for Stressed Out, one of the new songs off the new record, that living room is Josh's mom's house. Like, we went over to her house and we're like, can we move your couches so we can shoot a music video? And she's like, sure, do you want breakfast? I mean, it was perfect. It was
was it harder to get permission from your mothers to, tear up houses, or was it easier to get the record label to go with the grandfathers?
They were, that's a toss-up. I think...
It'd be harder for me to ask my mom.
My mom was like, should I clean up? Like, should I make food? And I was like, Mom, chill out. It's fine. And no, she went up because one of the second scenes in that music video is actually in my bedroom I grew up in with my, I shared a room with my younger brother my whole life. And she came in there and she was like, oh my gosh, the sun is out. Look how bright the sun is in the room. And I'm like, Mom, we're shooting. And that's also a giant light that we put outside to shine into the room to make it better for the shot. It's not the sun. Yeah. So it was fun to watch our parents see that.
If you're listening and you haven't seen the video, you got to check it out. It's called Stressed Out. It's one of their new songs from the new album. It's an awesome video, and I want one of those adult big wheels. I think that's really cool.
We had a couple of them still.
Super dope.
My mom just actually struggled to not run in the shot and be in the video, be in
the whole time.
Thing. Yeah, because she just loves. Yeah.
All right, question number 5.
Hi guys, I'm Julie from Santa Maria, and my question is for Tyler, and it's why does your voice get deep in certain songs but not the others?
I think you're referring to. Well, first off, I don't have very deep voice.
At random points.
Yeah. No, I'm not a very. When I first started recording music, I put a microphone up to my face and hit record and started singing, and then I played it back. And when I heard myself, I was very disappointed. I thought, wow, that's not a very intimidating voice at all. If I ever have a house someday and I'm supposed to be protecting a family and I hear something downstairs and I maybe someone broke in, from the top of the steps, I'm just gonna be like, excuse me, could you please leave? Nothing very intimidating about it. That has nothing to do with answering this question. But on this next record, it's called Blurry Face, and kind of a quick description of it. Blurry Face is a character, a guy that I like to say I met in a different dimension, but really he represents everything that I as an individual and I'm insecure about. And what's cool is I know that we all, as individuals, understand we're insecure about certain things, but where our self-awareness starts to dissolve is when we start to try to understand how those insecurities affect us every day. How do we compensate for it? And so to better understand those insecurities and how they were affecting me, I wanted to create this guy who had a name, a face, a seat at the table I could look across and really address them. And so this record, it's not really I wouldn't call it a concept record, but it does have a common thread running throughout where it's really trying to address this guy and trying to defeat this guy. And I kind of came up with a backstory to him and a name and what he's like. And one of the ways that he himself manifests in the record is kind of that pitch down vocal effect, which is truly my voice just kind of run through a certain processor or whatever. But that's one of the many ways that I kind of have him show up in the record, and he represents something that I'm trying to conquer.
I think we have some more questions ready to go. Who has question number 5? 6. I'm sorry, question number 6.
Josh, do you want to take his job over for him?
I know. I'm already slacking.
Let's take question number 6.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Ricky from Rancho Cucamonga, and my question is, what's the significance behind the black paint and makeup on Tyler's hands and neck in the new videos for the album?
Okay, so kind of going back towards this blurry face character and who he is and stuff. representing those insecurities and the things that I use music to kind of help me get through certain things. For me, when I think of that emotion, you know, I feel when a certain insecurity is overcoming me, specifically when taking a stage, you'd be surprised how hard it is to get up in front of people sometimes. And the feeling really is a sensation of suffocating. And so it kind of manifests itself in the black on the neck. And then also, I'm probably most insecure about the things that I make with my hands, you know, whether it's music or anything that I create. I'm the sole creator of that thing. I have to answer to it, and if it's bad, it means that I'm bad. And so it's really tough to create something and show everyone this thing, and also when you're showing that person something and you're wondering whether or not they're gonna like it, it feels like the worst. So I just, this blurry face character, the way he looks, for some reason I saw it that he would have black on his neck and his hands. Yeah, thanks.
All right, question number 7.
Hi, I'm Sydney from West Hills, and my question is, after being in 21 Pilots together for a few years and touring together so often, you probably know each other better than anyone. Could you each share one secret about the other two that no one knows?
All of a sudden, they're very quiet.
You can tell them.
Well, what?
They're giving each other the look as if, like, am I allowed to tell the story?
I feel like I've already just like tweeted everything about Tyler at some point.
I'm trying to think of what you could tell him for us.
For us.
Is there a pet peeve of mine that you don't like or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's only one.
I got one.
Tyler chews really loud.
I
when he
do.
eats.
I'm
Like,
a
super loud.
I'm a loud chewer.
Yeah.
We have one of those.
I feel like you taste it better when you really go after it. You know what I mean? You really
It tastes
start.
worse to me when I hear it.
So that's I guess a little secret of mine. Josh, now when you've been touring together and you know it's starting from just being in a van and you know sharing a hotel room with like 9 dudes, you get to know each other pretty well. And something that a little secret of Josh is that kind of bugs me is that he doesn't fully dry off when he gets out of the shower.
I let the natural air do its work.
Listen, no. And I don't mean just like, he didn't get a few swims. I'm just talking like he just threw a towel around him and he's walking out and he's putting his t-shirt on. It's like sticking to him and stuff.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is true.
It doesn't stick to me.
I mean, I know I chew loud, but like, you're wet.
Don't you think that's
so much work?
Don't you think it's kind of like a
For the
drummer
dry
thing
off.
though, because like drummers are sweating their ass off behind the drum kit.
Yeah, it's true.
And then they get off stage and they throw a t-shirt on, so it's probably just normal to him.
Yeah, it's probably
Right?
Yeah,
You're just used to being wet. Yeah.
All the time.
I'm sorry.
I'll dry off more.
I will stop.
Thanks for making us closer together now. We're even better friends.
All right, here we go. Question number 8.
I'm Nicole,
Hi, Nicole.
and I'm from West Hills. And my question is, so far, you haven't collaborated with any artist. Will you be collaborating with any artist in the near future? If so, who would you collaborate with?
Ooh. For me, collaborations can seem really forced. Sometimes you see certain people working together, and you're just like, I don't think they know each other. I think that they just knew the same people, and then they kind of got hooked up somehow. So I would always lean towards any sort of collaboration in the future, seeming very natural, almost knowing the person, but also relating to where they came from and what kind of music they're creating as well. And so all that to say, we haven't gotten a call from Celine Dion yet, but we're patiently waiting, and we'll keep you posted.
It seems like you guys would be open to doing. There's a lot of electronic influence in a lot of your music. Like it'd be cool to work with like a EDM artist, for example.
Yeah.
That'd be like a cool.
Yeah, it would be a cool little thing.
We've definitely had conversations about it, just like what that would look like and stuff. But then kind of at the end of the day, I'm like, Tyler, I like hearing your voice so much that I'm not gonna allow anybody else.
And
What's the cool thing about an EDM artist? They'll just like give you some like cool
Some
beats.
beats and,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
You know, give you
bass,
a good drop.
pulse
you know?
and bass
Yeah.
and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'll know it's not Josh. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Kind of weird.
All right, question number 9, 21 Pilots press conference. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Jeff, and I'm from Tussin. And my question is, Tyler, when did you and Jenna first meet? And then Josh, why don't you have a lover yet?
Oh,
Because I don't dry off enough.
no. Yeah, so Tyler, you just got married, right?
I did just get married. It's a cover up for Josh and I's relationship. Truthfully, no, I'm kidding.
She's your beard.
No, I met. The question was, when did I meet Jenna?
Yeah.
I met her. We just got married. Oh gosh.
Dude, you were way too early into a marriage to not know.
Like yeah, I know. No, I mean I know when I got married. I just don't know where I met her. I met her probably like almost 3 years ago now, 2.5, 3 years ago, and she didn't know anything about anything I did, and when she found out that I was playing music, and I think I invited her to a show, and like sat her in a spot, and like I'm like playing the show, I'm like, oh, she is just digging this, and afterwards she was completely unfazed by the fact that I was just on stage in front of a bunch of people and that I play music, and like she just didn't care, but she thought I was like a fun guy, but she was so unfazed by what it is that I did, and that like I was obsessed with that, and I love that about her, and so she still to this day is just she's very supportive, obviously, but I don't know, I never had to worry about any sort of wrong motivation or anything like that, and so it was about 2.5 years ago I met her.
Now, have you even stopped to think for a second how this makes Josh feel?
Yeah.
Because you guys seem to have, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Pretty-
I mean, not just you two guys, but you had like some of your guys who work with you on the road and everything. You all are living like it's the friend's house.
Yeah.
Like everybody's living together. You go get married, living situation changes. People need to find new roommates. You're throwing everything off, man.
It's
For me, I'll answer that because it's me.
Yeah. I'm looking out for my
We're talking about
co-hosts.
my feelings now.
Co-hosts have to stick together.
that's right.
So, yeah.
No, I think Jenna. Well, then when you're talking about like your buddy or your like best friend or whatever, and like you're worried about them and relationship stuff, I really feel like Jenna makes him a better person and more fun to be around.
Thanks.
No, she's great and hilarious and doesn't care that we're in a band. I think it's been cool for me. I still see Tyler just as much or hang out just as much.
Now,
Yeah.
what about you? Are you back on eBay looking for your next love affair?
I'm in a
Like-
committed relationship with my drums.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And when you're in a band, I would assume like you're a young guy. You guys are both 26, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in a band, you're going around, you're having a good time, you're enjoying your youth. That's
Yeah.
a good thing from a married man. Love my wife, but you're good, man. I think you're in a very enviable position.
Well, but all that to say, ladies, seriously, one of the best catches you'll ever find.
Look at you. Look at you looking out for your boy. That's nice.
He just
We're
needs
bros.
to learn a few things about drying off, and then he's good to go.
And speaking of like love and everything, I mean the album and some of your music, obviously we talked about like some of the deep dark aspects of your music, but there's one song on the new album that doesn't have any of this blurry face character in it, and it's actually a song that has to do with your wife, right? Which
Yeah.
is actually the current song that we're playing on the radio station a lot, Tear in My Heart.
Yeah.
It's like the one love song you guys have done, right?
Yeah. It's I was never inclined to write a love song. I also, the idea of playing a song live every night about, at the time, whether it was like a girl that I was never gonna hear about or know again or what, it didn't seem like the right kind of content to be putting in a song for us. And then I got married and I was like, well, this is for real. Now I can write about it. And,
Right.
I wanted to kind of put a little twist on a love song, which has been done many times before. But I think I showed her the song, and she thought it was great, and that was a cool moment for me. And so now I get to, when she doesn't travel with us, and she's not in the audience for me to like look at as we're playing the song. I just look over at Josh and sing to him.
That's nice.
So
We're actually going to perform that song here in just a couple seconds for us, but we have one more question. Question number 10. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Jasmine from Rancho Cucamonga. And I first off wanted to say I love you guys so much.
Oh, thanks.
My question was, if you guys had to choose one song to perform for the rest of your lives, what song would it be?
I think there's a lot of bands, man, that they have that song that everybody loves, and then all of a sudden they get sick of it and they don't want to play it anymore. But like, what's the one song that 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you guys will never get sick of playing?
Oh, man.
I think for me, and I've said this before, but we kind of like we'll play this whole, this whole thing, this whole show or whatever, and my goal is to be exhausted by the time we like walk off stage, because I feel like it's a waste of time if we're not just like about to pass out. But right at the end is a song called Trees, and that one for me is kind of just like a total refresher in kind of every way. And like I start to feel like it's like the beginning of the show again, or I'm just like, I don't know what it is. But I also just kind of like, that's kind of like that for me personally, like a song that I sort of play for myself in a way that's like, the whole show is kind of like for everybody. But then this one is kind of like I just sort of block it out and play it to myself. So hopefully, if we're not a band in 30 years, I'll play it in my bedroom by myself.
That's that song.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't top that. I do like that. No, I don't want to.
Okay.
It's hard to pick one, obviously, but one of my favorites right now that we're doing, it's off the new record. Josh and I were just rehearsing yesterday in a space, and we're going through some of the new songs, and when you first start playing a new song, you write it, then you record it, and then you go, okay, now how are we going to get this to happen live? And a lot of times it can be frustrating to try to get it to translate along all of the platforms, and for some reason these songs are just that's just the first time playing it. Josh and I look at each other like, this is so fun. So I would have to pick a song. I'm going to pick 3. Heavy Dirty Soul, Stressed Out, and Lane Boy probably are my 3 favorite ones off the record right now, today, but who knows tomorrow. So,
What about the last record? Like, what was your favorite one to perform?
On the last record, it was probably Oh to Sleep, because it was the one song in... A lot of times we open up with it, like I said, so a lot of memories of playing in front of crowds who didn't like us, and then also it's the one song that I feel the most pressure, because I'll walk down. There's a particular moment where I walk down stage, and it's the first time that I'm not playing an instrument and I'm just singing, and believe it or not, there's a little bit of I know I keep bringing this up, but a little bit of an insecurity about like, okay, can I be a lead singer right now and just kind of perform without playing an instrument with only 2 guys in the band? And sometimes I don't feel like it's okay or allowed or whatever the norm is, and it's probably the one song I have to fight through the most, and I love fighting through that and then getting to the end of the song and then feeling like that I wrestled it and conquered it. So probably Ode to Sleep.